Hello and welcome back once again to the Wrestling Group. I am your host Ryan, and today we're going to be ranking every Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega match from their rivalry in New Japan from 2016 to 2018. Okada faced Omega in 4 singles matches during this time, and each one was fantastic. This is my personal favourite rivalry in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling. This week on AEW Summer Blockbuster, the contracts were signed for their 5th match, but the first in AEW. They will go on. They will go one-on-one again in July at All In Texas. AEW have merged both the Continental Championship held by Okada and the International Championship held by Omega, with the winner being crowned the AEW Unified Champion. So that is next month. Right now, though, we are going to be taking a look back and ranking each of their previous matches and crowning the greatest Omega vs Okada match in history. As always, feel free to leave your rankings in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you do. So as I said, there is 4 singles matches between the two, so it will literally run from 4 down to number 1. So in at number 4 is Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega in the semi-finals of the G1 Climax in 2017. Now this match coming in last is by no means a slight on the match. As I said, all 4 of these matches are fantastic to watch. This was the 3rd match between the Rainmaker and the Best Bout Machine, but the first match where the IWGP Heavyweight Championship was not on the line. Also, due to this being part of the G1 tournament, there was in fact a 30-minute time limit in play. With both their previous matches going a lot longer than half an hour, both guys started this one hot, frantically trying to secure a victory early. We then got a great back and forth match with both guys hitting big moves, trying to gain the victory. We got some nail-biting near falls before Omega hits the one-winged angel on Okada and got his first victory of the rivalry thus far. Kenny would then advance to the final of the G1 Climax, but unfortunately would lose to Tetsuya Naito. So in at number 3 is Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship Dominion 2017. Now this was the most anticipated rematch probably in New Japan history. After their instant classic at Wrestle Kingdom, the expectations were considerably high. Unlike the last pick, this match started at a much slower pace, with both guys feeling each other out as the crowd got louder with excitement. At one point, it looked like Omega would pick up the win after a one-winged angel, but Okada managed to get his foot on the bottom rope at the last second. This was around the time when Omega and Cody Rhodes were at loggerheads over leading Bullet Club, and we saw Cody threatening to throw in the towel during this match to prevent Omega becoming world champion due to obviously that jealousy from Cody Rhodes. The end to this one would see Okada going for the Rainmaker, but Omega would drop to the mat in exhaustion before it could connect. Okada then crawled his way over to Omega as the bell rang for a 60-minute time limit draw. In at number 2, Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 11. Now this was in fact the first singles match between the two. Kenny Omega had won the 2016 G1 Climax, which guaranteed him a match at Wrestle Kingdom for Kazuchika Okada's World Championship. This was at the time regarded as not just one of the best matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling history, but professional wrestling history in general. And Uncle Dave Meltzer gave this 6 stars had the world of professional wrestling talking. A slow start to the match as both guys were filling each other out. Steady and slow start wins the race. This match was soon filled with some great spots. Omega's springboard moonsault to the outside and Okada's back body drop to Omega outside of the ring. The Dragon Sleeper off the top rope was phenomenal. We got some great counters and some shockingly close near falls before Kazuchika Okada picked up the victory after a Rainmaker. An instant classic that many expected not, in fact, to be topped. Not even by these two, but of course, for me, it was. And in at number 1, you guessed it, it's Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Dominion 2018. So this was the 4th and final meeting between the two. Well, until this July at least. Okada went into this match as the undisputed best in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as he was still the world champion, a reign which had lasted for 720 days. The 3 matches beforehand had finished 1-1 and 1. This was to be the decider. The adding of the 2 out of 3 falls stipulation was a brilliant move by New Japan and received really well by fans, not just in the build-up, but also during the match. There's no possible way to break this match down. It's action-packed all the way through. This match goes on for over an hour in total, and if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you get online and find a way that you can. The first fall would last for 30 minutes and was worthy of being a match in its own right. Okada went for the Rainmaker and Kenny countered looking for the sunset, but Okada trapped him and got a quick pinfall. The champ leading 1-0, and then we get the 2-minute grace period before fall 2 starts. The second fall started pretty aggressively with Okada trying to go back-to-back falls early. They then spent some time outside of the ring going back and forth before near falls back in the ring gave a familiar feel to an Omega versus Okada matchup. Both guys clearly started to show signs of exhaustion. Omega, after failing on a couple of occasions, managed to nail Okada with a one-winged angel and got the second pinfall. The match now tied 1-1. Gedo then tries to stall for more than the allotted 2 minutes grace period as he looks concerned for his champion. Omega quickly connects with a V-trigger and goes for the one-winged angel. Reversed, and as Okada connects with a Rainmaker, both guys lie on the mat. Exhaustion had fully set in now. This was the championship round, and you could clearly see that from the in-ring storytelling on display from both guys. Omega comes close with a Styles Clash. Okada's gripping the bottom of the rope before the 3. A good throwback this was to AJ's time in New Japan against Kazuchika Okada and, of course, former leader of the Bullet Club. To end this one, Omega lifts up Okada on his shoulders and drives him down to the mat with another one-winged angel for the final fall. 2-1. Kenny Omega becomes the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. This match for me is the best Okada vs Omega match, the greatest match in New Japan Pro Wrestling history, and is in my top 3 matches of all time. The rivalry of Okada vs Omega is now legendary, but it's not over. We have one final chapter to come this July at All In Texas. Who do you think that wins? Who do you think wins that match? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to leave us your rankings of Okada versus Omega. Let us know where you'd rank all 4 matches and which you think is the best Okada versus Omega match. And of course, don't forget, as always, to like, leave us a comment, and of course, subscribe to the Wrestling Group today.